Our first speaker is Megan Gallagher, a mental health advocate for teenagers, a #1 best-selling author on Amazon, and a host for AfterBuzz TV. While growing up, Megan struggled with chronic anticipatory anxiety, body image issues, and panic attacks. She constantly craved the place in her high school where she could share how she was feeling. Having overcome her struggles, Megan currently speaks at middle schools and high schools across the country about these topics. Please give a warm welcome to Megan Gallagher.
One of my favorite moments from my life was when I was 20 years old, only 4 years ago. I was living in Los Angeles and attending community college. I was living in a weird basement-like apartment, had a couple of friends, and was slowly failing school. I could sense this looming emptiness pit in my feeling come on, but then I would push it away and say, Megan, you need to do this for yourself. You didn't get good grades in high school, and now is the time for you to prove it to yourself that you can get good grades and you can go to a 4-year. Don't worry, you'll be there in no time. Well, the universe had a different plan for me. By January of 2016, I started feeling physically sick. At first, I thought it was just anxiety, because when I was in high school, I experienced countless panic attacks. So I was used to that pit in my stomach, sweaty palms, fast heart rate feeling. This time though, it felt a little different. After 7.5 months of feeling this way, I finally had a healing session with a holistic intuitive healer named Anthony Williams. It truly changed my life, and I realized in that moment that happiness is a choice. Because during my health scare, I had spent countless days lying in bed, crying myself to sleep, and wondering, why me? Why now, at 20 years old, when I'm ready for just starting life? Why now is my health being taken away from me? I had to pause and really reevaluate my choices and emotions, and to think that happiness is like a light switch. We all have that power right now to flip the switch on, and to always remember we get to choose how we feel, which in turn creates our reality. It's funny, my health scare reminded me of a time in my life when I was 16 years old in high school. I was getting ready for junior prom. I was so excited, I was feeling the butterflies, I had gotten a date, but I was so angry at myself because I knew that I only would feel good about myself if I was tan enough, if I had lost the weight, and if I had that perfect dress that would take months to find. Well, I remember the days leading up to junior prom, I started comparing myself even more. I started thinking, Megan, only when your arms are this thin and you're tan and your thigh gap has changed and your bangs are covering up your forehead, then you can feel happy. Once you've lost the weight, once you look tan, once your teeth are perfectly white. In that moment, I vividly remember prom day came. I called my mom into my room, I tried on my dress, and as I let go of my grip, it literally fell back down to my hips. I wanted to start crying, and I felt the heat come up inside of me, but my fake eyelashes said otherwise. I vividly remember how embarrassed and mad at myself. And in that moment, I felt completely opposite of how I thought I was gonna feel. I thought a unicorn was gonna come down from the sky and we would ride off into the sunset, because I thought that once you accomplish things, and once you get married, once you lose the weight, once you get that new car, aren't you supposed to feel happy? Once you accomplish something. And one thing that I remember from both of those events was that happiness is the destination. It's been there all along. Happiness is the whole entire time while we're doing something. It's not about getting frustrated and flustered. In one moment, am I gonna feel this way? But it's just life. We get to choose to be happy. We get to choose to feel joy, regardless of what's going on outside of ourselves. Whether we're going through a breakup, a divorce, or we're moving, or we're graduating high school, or we feel overwhelmed, to remember that we always get to choose how we feel. And that is a power that no one can take away from you. And to also know that everything is happening for us, not to us. Because in life, if you go around thinking, oh my gosh, that guy broke up with me, I missed that flight again, I didn't get that job because I don't deserve it, you will carry that energy with you of, oh, things like this always happen to me because I deserve this, because I make this amount of money, because I grew up in this kind of a family. But we have to take our power back and notice when we feel like we are being in a victim mindset instead of living life how we all are meant to live, which is happy, full of joy, confident, and loving every moment. And knowing if something bugs us, of course, life is never perfect, we always can choose happiness. It's not that complicated. Yet in society, we have created a story where perfection is the goal, or once we do something, we can feel better, once we have that gold medal, but what happens, like in my story, when you feel fully opposite of how you thought you were going to feel in the moment? It really teaches you that happiness has been there all along. It's a very powerful thing to think. And one thing I hope you all take away today is that when life happens for us, not to us, like my health scare and my junior prom, it's really, really powerful to, in those moments of why me, I feel frustrated, I feel overwhelmed, I didn't get the job, that guy didn't text me back, and you just feel emotional and woe is me. Take your power back and know that everything, all of the challenges, the hurdles, the setbacks are setting you up for something better. Thank you so much.